Hi, this is Noel from Oasis, and you're watching me, watching my fans, on Channel V, and you're about to see me come up on some programme that's hosted by some guy with a girl's haircut called Andy, who looks like he wouldn't be able to surf on a surfboard, let alone man his own TV show. Not to worry about that. I kind of carry the whole interview as it goes. Gem doesn't say much either, really. His questions are quite banal and stupid, but there you go. Worth 20 minutes of anybody's time, I would have thought. See you later.
Jump on board Andrew G's Excellent Adventure.
'Today is gonna be the day that they're gonna throw it back to you. By now you should have somehow realized what you gotta do. I don't believe that anybody feels the way I do about you now.
British guitar band Oasis shot from obscurity to stardom in 1994, becoming one of the most critically acclaimed British bands of the decade.
I'm sure you've heard it all before, but you never really had a doubt.
Noel Gallagher began his musical career working as a guitar technician for the Stone Roses. When Noel returned to Manchester, he discovered his brother Liam had started a band with a few of his schoolmates. Noel joined the band, and they were officially called Oasis.
And all the lights that lead us there are blinding.
We're in Marley Park, which is about a €70 rip-off cab ride from the middle of Dublin that I just took, and I'm here with Gem and Noel from Oasis, just waving at some folks out there, Noel. Yeah. They're looking all right?
They're looking very Irish.
How can you tell an Irishman from the look of them?
I couldn't possibly say on television.
No, it's Australian television, you're okay.
No, I can't. I won't say. They look. Oh well, I'm kind of Irish descent, so I know what I mean.
Right, yeah, I was going to say, because your mum's from here, right?
And my dad.
And your dad as well?
Yeah. Dad's not from far from here, actually, just over that hill as it goes.
So at what stage did they pop over the...
To England?
Yeah.
In the late 50s, I would have thought, looking for work.
Well before you.
Yeah, I was late 60s.
Obviously they found it. So it's been a couple of big weeks for you again?
It has. It's been a few big months, really, already.
Squillions of tickets sold to this tour. It must feel pretty good to be able to go out in the summer and just rock fields and fields of your countrymen.
We've never had a problem flogging the tickets, to be honest. It's not that we take that for granted, but we're kind of used to that. I'm more buzzing off people getting the records, you know what I mean? Because we've not really had that for a bit. But it is good to, play to thousands and thousands of people, don't get me wrong, but we kind of... Not that we expect it, I don't know what the right word is, but we're not blown away by selling out 3 nights in Manchester, do you know what I mean?
But what about you sold out the Sydney show that you're going to play in November? Like,
how big is it?
Clear your fingers.
How big is it?
6,000 people.
Really?
Yeah.
It's nothing.
Nothing at all?
Nothing.
How many more people do you need in Sydney before you get impressed?
All of them. The cricket ground.
The SCG? All right.
Man. All of them.
We'll work on it.
How many Sydney hold?
Yeah. What does that hold?
55.
We'll do that one then.
All right. We'll talk to Warnie and see if he'll let us play on there.
Who's saying what?
Yeah.
Right. Is that his own pitch then?
Well, it is at the moment because he's been sacked by everyone else.
What does the Opera House hold?
Only 3,000.
Really?
So you're playing a venue twice the size of the Opera House?
Great, man. Well, anywhere in Sydney's great because it's in Sydney, isn't it? Yeah.
For sure. You're looking forward to coming back, Kevin?
Oh, absolutely. I loved it last
We had
time.
an amazing time.
Yeah.
I thought it was going to be too built up, as in everybody bigging it up, but it was just fantastic, wasn't it?
Yeah,
2 weeks of just sheer mayhem.
Oasis famously cut short their Australian tour a few years back when they were in the midst of living up their rock and roll lifestyles. At the time, their binge drinking was public knowledge, and they made headlines here when they outraged Ansett staff because of inappropriate behaviour on the plane. The results were cancelled shows, leaving the Australian public unimpressed.
Well, we had, because the time before was an absolute disaster, back in 97 or 98, whenever it was. And we kind of owed the Aussies one, and we were there
extra gigging.
We were there for 20 days. I had an hangover for 18 of them. It was fabulous.
Fantastic. So what's the song tonight when you go out there? You've written a bunch of great ones that everyone knows the words to, but what's the song when you go out there and you play the opening riff to that you go, I am the lord of the guitar, people love my tone?
Well, obviously
you just are your own rock god right there and then.
Obviously the old ones, but the one that's taken me by surprise since the first night we played has been Lila.
Right, then you're into it.
Because I thought, I didn't think it'd get that reaction at all, but people are going absolutely nuts for it. But I mean, any of the ones with the classic intros, you'll notice I save all them for myself.
The classic Oasis tracks. You can't help but sing along to them, can you?
Do you have a little chuckle to yourself on stage and go, I chose the right career?
No, I don't know. I'm over the being freaked out by it. That's my life now. Do you know what I mean? It's kind of, but in the early days, playing the first stadium was like, yeah, man. You know, but you know, once you played a few, it becomes your life. You know, so it's kind of normal for me now.
This record's come to.
He gets freaked out by it.
Really?
Absolutely not.
Terrifying,
man.
No,
not at all.
It's all good.
Yeah, man.
Sweet. This record.
So
like...
you'd think, coming from your perspective, that you'd stand up on stage and think things like that, but you actually don't at all. No. Because you rehearse so long before you get on there anyway. You kind of know what you're doing. You kind of drift off and you think about the most insane things. You know, because you
wonder why you're standing on one leg and things like that. That's kind of what goes through your head.
Right. This record's come to incredible success, great reception by the people. What though, a couple of months ago or however long ago it was, motivated you to, you know, get out of the house when you could have? I'm sure you could have just like hung out with the kids and watched TV for a while.
It's the kids that motivate you to get out of the house.
Oh, really?
Yeah, totally.
Why's that?
I can't speak for Gems, but you know, kids are just a pain in the ass.
So like, I've got to record a record, I've got to get out of here.
Yeah, it's just rowdy little things. Immature. You know, I haven't got a clue what they're going on about. Wake up too early. Eat too much. I'm going to work. See you in a bit.
When you get out of your hotel bed, you don't normally stand on sharp bits of plastic.
Yeah.
With your bare feet.
Like Lego and things like that.
Oh, yeah,
and you don't get the maid waking you up in the morning like this. I'm hungry. Starved. Wait till I learn you how to use that toaster. My life will be a lot easier.
The latest Oasis album is called Don't Believe the Truth. 11 tracks on the record. This time, Noel only wrote 5.
So we realised down in Cornwall that the songs weren't working. And then when we got back up to our own studio, we had a different set of songs and it still wasn't working, so we decided that it must be the way we were recording it's not working. So then when we ended up going to America, we had another set of songs and we had a producer and it just clicked, and in the end it only took about 12 weeks from the start to the finish.
So what was it like hanging out in America, hanging out to the Roosevelt hotels that we were?
Well, we were in a couple of hotels, but it was definitely the best time I've had in LA. I didn't used to get it at first. And it was all about when you do a gig, it's all the loons come out. But when you're working there for like two months, it was great. We were driving around and all that, you know, but still grafting, you know, still working.
So why did you choose to go and record over there rather than at your home?
Well, Dave Sardy came to England. Do you want the truth?
Yeah, absolutely.
All right, Dave Sardy came to England, and because Americans, no offence, like, I'm always slagging Americans off.
I was slagging Americans off to everyone 20 minutes and I went,
but if
this is Suzanne from the record company, that's who we're pointing at.
But now,
if an American is not within a 100-metre radius of a Starbucks, it freaks them out. And we recorded Turn Up the Sun and A Bell Will Ring in London, and the two engineers went out and walked the block where the studio was, no Starbucks, and they started making excuses about jet lag and all that shit. And so they said, oh, if we're going to do this properly, we should do it in America where we can get a proper cup of coffee and all that nonsense. So we were like, lightweight, all right, fair enough.
But we ended up calling them the cops, didn't we? They were like 70s TV cops, always ordering.
Yeah.
Can I get a...
Always ordering.
Can I get a...
No, these big burly American men, they don't dig England, man. You know, it's as simple as that. They don't like it. Because over there, you can order Chinese food from China, you know, and then eventually it will arrive at the studio piping up. Whereas like where we were recording in London, there was one Indian restaurant across the road, and that was it. So we had curry for a week, didn't we? And they couldn't handle it, man.
I don't know what they're on about, because I've been in America for a couple of weeks now, and you can't get a good cup of coffee to save your life there.
Rubbish.
It's shit. It's shit.
That's why they give it away.
Yeah.
Everywhere.
All the time. Fresh your cup, sir.
Coming up after the break, Noel tells us how far he will go to have musical success.
I'll lick it. I'll lick it a little bit, all right? I'll lick somebody, but I'm not going to suck anybody's.
Right.
Andrew G's Excellent Adventure.
You're enjoying this excellent adventure. If you want to have an excellent adventure of your own, any gig you want to see anywhere in the world, you need to tell us why, where it is, channelv.com.au. Could be you and a mate jetting off to check it out.
This is Andrew G's Excellent Adventure.
Drink, drugs, fighting, walkouts and sibling rivalry have played a recognised role in the life of Britpop band Oasis. I've caught up with Noel and Gem in Marley Park, Dublin to chat about their album and the writing process that comes along with it.
When it came time to writing the record, Gem, you came to the table with a bunch of songs to a situation that's normally been all Noel. How is it to bring songs into that kind of vibe?
Well, we all demo in sort of bunches of songs. So I think we did about 4 or 5 mine in a week, and then you just sort of forget about them for a bit, and then suddenly you know what's going to all fit together.
It becomes pretty obvious immediately what's gonna make it on the record.
So how did Gem go? Obviously it made it to the record. You stoked with it?
Well, great. There's no, you know, we're not the kind of people that go, you know, where's your songs, you know, and it's got to be like this. It's kind of, all these things happen by accident.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, all the Gems in particular, I played drums on the writing of them all, and like me and him kind of get involved in writing the parts, and they all kind of happen by accident. You know, there's not like, oh, today we're going to go and we're going to do one of Gem's tunes. It's like we go up for a few days, and then I'll have a couple of songs, and then he'll play some, and I'll say, what's that? Yeah, let's, you know what I mean? It's not kind of 7:05, must record one of Gem's tunes. It's kind of, it just happens organically, and that's a shit word to use, but it's the only one I can think of.
That's fine with me. You were working a lot with Liam as well, right?
Yeah.
What was that like?
What's it like?
It's
bizarre.
It's completely... Yeah, it's another world,
very
man.
Interesting, I would have thought.
You know, trying to get out of his head what he actually thinks he thinks. You know, but it's great, man. The studio's fantastic. Anyway, it's like the Batcave. We just run around, just making noises, don't we?
We've had it for five and a bit years now, so it's constantly set up to record because we know where everything sounds good in the room, and we can go up and do 4 or 5 songs in a day. I mean, it's really that easy, you know. And that's even writing the parts for it. I mean, it happens really, really quickly. I mean, we went up one day and done the demo for The Importance of Being Idle and part of the queue, and we were on before the sun went. We were back in London for tea, you know. And then we kind of listen back and you go, you know, man, we can better that. We can record. It's brilliant.
So you find the stuff that you've worked on like that is sounding different to the stuff that you've taken a long time to? Because I know there's a couple of songs in this that you've had for a while, right?
Well, Let There Be Love I've had in various shapes and forms for about 7 years. The most difficult one, believe it or not, was Turn Up the Sun. We would never get that in the bag till right at the death, and what swung it round was me taking the bass off Andy, and Andy and Gem playing guitar instead of me and Gem, and I played the bass, and it all kind of fitted. Same with Keep the Dream Alive. There was something not quite hanging right until Andy picked up the guitar and I played the bass. So that's kind of a formula that seems to be working, is me playing the bass on Andy's songs and Andy playing guitar, because nobody plays guitar like Andy Bell.
No.
He's a fantastic. I kind of feel a bit sorry for him that he plays bass because he should be utilised more live as a guitarist. But I'm not playing the bass live, so it's just tough shit for him.
So, as a band now, you've come back with this record that you've admitted to yourself that is stronger than previous records of yours. What's your goal as a band now after this tour and the next record? What's the ultimate Oasis goal?
The ultimate goal?
Yeah.
Sell out Sydney.
Oh, I don't. Yeah, sell out the cricket ground in Sydney. I wouldn't mind an Oscar.
Some sort of way for your acting work or a soundtrack or for his birthday?
If they can invent one for me, that would be great. Other than that, we've done everything. You know, we've played. After the end of this tour, we'll have played all the most prestigious venues in the world, apart from the Sydney Cricket Ground, whatever it's called. But you know, we'll have done Madison Square Gardens, Wembley Stadium, Red Rocks, Hollywood Bowl, the Budokan, you know, Hampden Park, City's football ground twice. It's not really that I mean, you could, Nebworth.
Yeah.
You know, you could say, well, it'd be nice to have a #1 album in America, but that's not so. I mean, to do that, you've got to suck an extraordinary amount of dick, and I'm not into that. I'll lick it. I'll lick it a little bit, right? I'll lick somebody, but I'm not gonna suck anybody's.
Right. How early in the game did you learn that was
Sorry, Ron, this is really vulgar, isn't it?
Oh, you asked me if I wanted the truth, and Australia wants the truth. You know, we're a nation of people who can handle
You see,
the
all
truth.
the people at the top of the charts in America are dick suckers, and all the people at the bottom, like us, are just dick lickers.
Right. Which can get you a little way.
Well, you know, have a look, you know.
Look, so what's the biggest challenge you face as a band? Then obviously, you know, is it to keep fresh every night? Is to walk out there and not think of the room service menu when you're playing? Do you know what I mean? What's the biggest challenge you face?
I don't know if again for me, it's actually putting a show together. Is what songs to play, and we've been on this tour now for about 2 and a bit months, and we only nailed the set list about 3 weeks ago. We were chopping and changing, and it's the first time it's ever happened. It's not really been in the pocket for all of rehearsals. We were about and we thought we got it right, and then we didn't. There's too many lulls in the set, but we nailed it about just before we got to the City of Manchester Stadium, and it's been great ever since.
Lucky you did just before you got there.
Yeah, I mean that's the biggest challenge for me. Anything else isn't a challenge because we've overcome all the downsides that's been in a band. Going up like that, and then the inevitable levelling off period is kind of the bit where the press wrote us off.
Oasis have never been a band for good publicity. The conflict between Liam and Noel is no secret, and they've been very happy to openly criticise artists like Eminem, Posh Spice, the Backstreet Boys, Robbie Williams, Phil Collins, and have a long-standing feud with Blur frontman Damon Albarn.
First couple of albums, it was every 2 seconds there was another photo of someone getting hit or another, you know, shock, Oasis, Gallagher brothers. But they've tended to leave you alone so much these days. What's it like living without that kind of, they're going to take a photo of me when I go for a pint of milk?
I've never had it, so I don't know. You'd have to speak to Liam, but Liam hangs out in the celebrity hangouts.
That's right.
What can you say? He loves it, doesn't he?
Is he a licker?
Is he a ligger? I could think of other things to call him than a ligger. He's not a ligger, no. I know he's a gate crasher. He's a bit of a crasher, and he hangs around for a while, doesn't he? He's always last to leave.
After the break, Noel shares with us his thoughts on Australians.
Australians and Irish, they're kind of quite similar. They like a drink, let's put it that way, and they're both shit at cricket.
This is Andrew G's Excellent Adventure!
New Year's Day, start 2006 with a... Either it's hot off the press or he made it up. V-News is delivered to you next.
Hey, thanks for watching. Hope you're enjoying this excellent adventure. If you want to have an excellent adventure of your own, any gig you want to see anywhere in the world, you need to tell us why, where it is, channelv.com.au. Could be you and a mate jetting off to check it out.
This is Andrew G's Excellent Adventure!
Thanks for watching. I'm backstage at Dublin's Marley Park chatting to Oasis about what it's like to be in their rock and roll band and also what it was like to be in London just a few days beforehand when terrorists struck the London tube system.
It's a kind of weird time to be in London for me. I mean, I come from Sydney and not much very exciting things happen there, but it's kind of weird. What's it like, you know, when you wake up on a Thursday morning and find out bombs have been going off in your city?
You can't really put it into words, do you know what I mean? I can't understand how people are that obsessed with some form of religion and that they're brainwashed into thinking that if they take out a load of non-believers, that they go and get to shag 70 virgins in a room where not even the angels can watch them. That's bananas. I want to join a band because you can shag 70 virgins on each tour. You don't have to go bombing anybody. You know what I mean?
So you've been around the world though. You've toured the planet. What's your take on people who, you know, choose to use that message to get their point across?
He could not put it better, man. You know, it's just
beyond.
It's gone. When is, not to get too serious here, but you know, when is somebody going to realise that we all actually want the same thing? I believe. That's what I believe. We all want to be happy and know there's more to it than meets the eye. But it's about teams. It's like, and f*** that, man, because killing people for your God.
It seems to me down hundreds and thousands of years that all gods are bloodthirsty in some way. So to me, I'm an atheist and I can't comprehend the obsession with an almighty. It doesn't do it for me. You know, it's all about today and tomorrow, surely. You know, and the afterlife will take care of itself. You know, it's bananas. I don't get it.
So do you worry for your kids?
Absolutely. Well, today even my kids are going to the zoo in London. And I said, how are they getting there? Are they getting the bus? And it's like, and it just goes straight through you, man. Because my friend's taking them. But that's London, innit? Yeah. It's been going on for years.
Well, the only thing you could say in positive note is that they'll grow up with the word terrorism, so it won't freak them out. This is a thing that's come into our life in our kind of late 30s, you know, but like young people are probably now, or forever more in London anyway, in particular, there'll be so many security measures brought in that they'll kind of grow up with, you know, body searches going on the tube and all that. That's the only positive you can take from it, is that our kids are at an age where it won't, I mean, it freaks me out, you know, having to take my shoes off going into America.
Can I see your shoes, please, sir?
That's a very good impression. I like that. Thank you very much. Look, tonight you're going to go there and rock it. How much of what we see tonight is going to be similar to what you do when you come down under?
It's going to be virtually identical. We won't be making any allowances. No, because once we do the same, once we've got a set sorted, we do the same set every night, because we don't like to, you know, some people in, you know, Tokyo get a different gig from people in, you know, Manchester. We don't kind of like that.
No.
And it means we can work on it better. Do you know what I mean? But it's going to be identical, apart from it'll be full of Aussies, which they're not too dissimilar to the Irish as it goes.
How's that?
Well, I don't need me to tell you, do you? I mean, surely not. You know, Australians and Irish, they're kind of quite similar. They like a drink, let's put it that way. And they're both shit at cricket.
I can challenge you to a backstage game if you play. Do you play?
Oh, wait, cricket's homosexuals game. You think I play cricket?
You play football?
Yeah, well, what you would call soccer, yeah.
What I would call soccer.
Yeah.
Speaking of which, I saw you on an ad.
On a football lad?
Yeah.
Yeah.
On the telly. What's that about?
Sky Television asked us to promote the new football season, and we agreed, you know. Hopefully we'll get some free tickets to some of the games.
So what role does football play in your life? Are you obsessive about it? Do you follow it when you're on tour?
Yeah. I mean, if we're on tour and there's a big match going on in the summer, if it's shown at 7 o'clock in the morning in a bar, we'll be there to watch it. But it's when I'm not on tour, we don't kind of like touring during the football season. It's quite frustrating, but I watch it as often as I listen to music, you know, much to the fury of my girlfriend.
Which is fairly every day.
She's like, I'm just third on the bill to music and football, aren't I? And I was like, well, what about clothes?
Speaking of music, I'm kind of interested. I remember reading a little while ago that you were a big fan of NWA and Public Enemy, but you've gone on to say that you can't handle Eminem and 50 Cent.
I loathe hip-hop. I loathe it. Original hip-hop, when it started in the late 70s and early 80s, had a point and a social consciousness, I think, conscience. But now it's just like, to quote a friend of mine, I see these videos of these guys in fur coats throwing money over naked women. That's bullshit. That's a lot of insecure idiots. You know, rappers are dicks. Put that in big it's not for the press, is it? But that's a streaming TV programme. I'm not having it. I'm not having the culture. I'm not having what they rap about. I'm not having any of it. Bullshit.
Would you like to see it go back to like your Cool Mo D and your?
I'd actually like to see the whole rap community have a massive war with each other and just kill each other. It'd be great. Do you think?
Could be in, make good television.
Yeah, man.
Make a great video in slow-mo with booty girls.
Film it, put it out on DVD. Fantastic. I'd certainly buy a copy.
Well, there you go. Gentlemen, I wish you all the very best for tonight.
Thank you.
And
Nice one, man.
I can't wait to see you down in Sydney.